Even before the rubble stopped smoldering, the explanations had begun for the mayhem and destruction that had finished off Woodstock 99.
Woodstock 99? Well, my therapist and legal team both say we shouldn't really talk about it.
Before it all went bad, Woodstock 99 got off to a cheerful start. And it wasn't long before the time-honored Woodstock traditions were in full effect.
It was a mental weekend. I mean, Rennick introduced us to something that's called the New Bridge Milkshake. It's got Ribena, Sunny Delight, Ketamine, and some Blue Wicked. Has to be blue. Any other colour Wicked, it gets this weird psychedelic effect that's pretty, can get pretty dark actually.
People running around topless and throwing mud all over the place. It's crazy.
The A-list lineup was a litany of the era's best-loved festival acts.
I remember that Kid Rock was so impressed with our set though, that he gave us that fur coat. It wasn't real. Wouldn't have taken it if it was real. Fur is murder.
Excuses for the boorish behavior were far more abundant than the venue's minimal amenities, like free water or toilets. There was the oppressive heat, the ugliness of Griffith's Air Force Base, and of course, the high prices for food and drink. But do high prices and poor conditions lead to this? Please. Unavoidably, the focus returned to the audience itself and the acts.
Like, you see me out there in the spacesuit, and that's kind of really when it went to the next level. So like, here comes Crosstown in the spacesuit. It got pretty intense after that. But what I was trying to say, and people don't really get the message unless it's just blunted in your face, was, give each other a bit of space. That's what the spacesuit meant.
You can't have Limp Bizkit and then they come out and say, all right, the crowd's gonna calm down, and then they have Rage Against the Machine come out, all right, you guys gotta calm down, and then
Strangers with Guns
come out. You can't do that. There's too many crazy people around here on drugs.
I remember Gavin Rossdale at Bush. He actually went to the organisers and insisted that he didn't go after. He's like, throw me. I'll go after anyone. I'll go after Korn. I'll go after whoever you want. I'm just I'm not going after the lads or the strangers. You know what I mean? You see how they get the crowd frenzied like.
It's like an absolute war zone inside here. I can't tell you. There are cars turned over right by the stage. These trucks are just burning, and it looks like military police are just patrolling the whole area. They just told us we have to leave.
One thing, I'm not going to say a lot of what happened could be our fault, but I do remember only a couple of hours into the first day or something like that, Rennie comes out to me and goes, you're not going to believe it. I was like, what's it now? Like, you know what I mean? Money's just there sipping on me New Bridge Milkshake. And he goes, I think I'm either blocking up the jacks for the entire place.
You had kids within the first 24 hours rolling around in what they thought was mud, but was really human waste.
I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, I'm after having a big yoke show in there. And he's like, it didn't go down, but I think it clogged up like the secondary pipes. I was like, how can you even deal with that? Like,
one group of people just started going, and it just escalated into another group. They were down there beating on drums. It sounded like a freaking, like a jungle, like a tribe, jumping all over the place, lighting everything on fire. It was crazy.
And I remember when the fires happened, and there was a bonfire, right? And we're sitting down there beside, once again, Rennick. And he just gets up, and he walks straight through the flames, and they don't burn him. And that was insane.
There was like 6 fires out there and one fire truck. I mean, you got 250,000 people out here. You should count on stuff like that, Count on there being fires and stuff. Count for the worst, and they didn't do that.
I'll never forget at the end as well, when they called in kind of, the riot squad or the National Guard, whoever it was, what you just put on like a police uniform, put the head guard down and went down and just start battering people. I was just like, wow, I was like, look, we needed to bring a bit of order to this, but it might have gone about it a different ways, You just talk to the people, you know what I mean? But,
So outraged that I was even in this. I came here to watch music. I didn't come here to fear for my life because a bunch of psychos started setting tractor trailers on fire and like the propane tanks are exploding. That's ridiculous.
We were just kind of happy to be playing the event. Like, we didn't have any grand designs, It was like, we'll have a cool light show. We'll give it everything we got, and
they're ever going to throw anything like this ever again. It's just a lot of people ruined it. It just makes me sad, man.
Now, normally we never would have, put this out, but I feel like Woodstock have tried to write our history off the map, like rewrite history. Because we were there and we made a serious impact, but I don't know, just wiped us from the history of that show, but, we had a blast.
I think they should have had people like
Strangers with guns
here when we're promoting peace and he gets up there and says, peace.
Would I play it again? Yeah, damn right I would.